Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It is Sunday morning, and when you're talking about Meghan Markle, another day, another controversy, and that's where we find ourselves today. Thanks to an article in the Daily Mail online this morning, we have some new information around Meghan's whole, homeware fantasy empire that she's trying to build with As Ever, such as it was with American Riviera Orchard as well. It's all coming to light. Now, we all saw Meghan's Instagram little video few days ago where she launched As Ever, and in her breathless tone told us how excited she was to finally share this, that she'd had this under her hat since 2022 and now she can share it with us. Well, the obvious reaction to that everybody had was, well, if you had this tied up in 2022, what the hell was American Riviera Orchard all about then? What's happening, because that was a failure from the start. She nicked somebody's logo. She copied somebody's branding, the business concept and what she wanted to say. Everything. The name was a ripoff. The logo was a ripoff. The business plan was a ripoff. And even with all of that, not an original idea. It's just, I see that, I like that, I'm gonna do that. Well, she can't even pull that off because we saw absolutely havoc when it came to any kind of a business plan. I mean, she had no idea, obviously, how to source anything she wanted to sell. We saw that with the Marvelous Jam scam. I don't know how many pots of food service jam she had to buy to fill. She says 50. We only ever saw 10 on Instagram remarks, people responding. She sold this jam. Well, turns out it's food service jam from the local area. She had nothing to do with it. The jars were even from the same place. And, remember the labels all peeling. The only job she had was to stick the labels on the jars, and she still couldn't execute that properly. Think about it. So everybody's going, well, if As Ever was all set up in 2022, what the hell's been going on for the last 2.5 years? Well, thanks to the Daily Mail, we know. That's right, seems in 2022, when she put forth As Ever, her lawyers were hard at work trying to get everything patented, branded, and trademarked, and seems she ran into a little bit of trouble. Because there's a great, big, fast fashion company that operates out of Shenzhen, China. And they are suppliers to such big names as H&M and others. And so the result of the back and forth with the lawyers was that As Ever would not be allowed to sell any clothing items because it would infringe on the Chinese company in Shenzhen. So she knew, and this decision was made in 2023. So she knew back then that she wouldn't be allowed to sell clothing. This was before the controversy with As Ever New York City, the small clothing company. This was before the photographer, As Ever, company name. This was before the little town of Pereiras in Majorca, whose logo is near identical to Megan's. And they've had that logo as part of their city's identity since the 1300s, 1370 to be exact. And Megan, because she's Megan, the Duchess of Sussex, figures she can just roll over these guys. But here you go. The big reason was that she sidelined it was because she was going to be limited. All those things, how she said, she was limited with ARO because she could only sell regional things and stuff. She was actually, no, she was talking about, she was limited with As Ever, legally, by a huge Chinese consortium. The decision's already been made. That's why that was on the back burner, because she wanted to try something where it was wide open, right? She could sell, because with As Ever, she won't be able to sell the aprons but here's the thing. Here's the thing that, I mean, people say, yeah, she, like Goop and Gwyneth Paltrow, she wants to, or Martha Stewart, and that kind of thing. Megan doesn't have the business acumen to even pull that off. She can't source things. None of the, even in, her With Love Megan, this new non-cookery cooking show that is going to be coming out in just a couple of weeks. I think it's like an 8-part series. It's going to be dreadful. But anyway, so we all know that that Netflix has made a decision to sell in their stores, of which there are 2 in the country, one on the West Coast, one on the, one in, I think, Pennsylvania and one in Texas. A couple of malls in the country have a store, and they're going to sell some of the crap that's featured in her 8-part series. Now, this is not going to be As Ever brand stuff. Well, it might be. She might actually add things to the website. Right now, all you have is a landing page where you can leave your email. Nothing to sell. I mean, that's what American Riviera Orchard, for the year that we, were tortured with the orchard, nothing ever developed or materialized. And this is where we are at with As Ever right now. So now this deal, she doesn't actually have anything under her name. What she's going to be doing is trying to attract the attention of other brands that are good, houseware brands, and this and that. And then on her site, you can buy the pots Megan was using, this, that, and the other. And they would have to be sold under their names. For example, I like Legastina cookware. That's my thing. So she can have a Legastina saucepan. And on her website, on this episode, you can buy those saucepans here, and drop the website name, right? Drop a link. She won't be having As Ever tea towels, or As Ever aprons, or As Ever cookware. All she can do is lift a product from somebody else. The idea is that, is a strict influencer. This isn't but it's a side hustle, I'll slip your products on my site, and people will buy them, so I'll take a little cut. this is the shill that she's engaging. This is as good as it gets for Meghan Markle. That is why, just like the original Tig, which was not original at all, it was all fakery, and this is going to be the same. This is going to be the same. How far she has fallen, it's embarrassing. But yeah, that's the thing. Here's the scoop. She has known since 2023 she cannot sell clothing because her company name was too close to the Chinese fashion brand As Ever that provides to H&M and other big stores, right? That's why it was sidelined. That's why we had to deal with American Riviera Orchard. But even knowing what she learned with the original As Ever decisions, she still went ahead and acted the same. She's still American Riviera Orchard. She learned nothing. She lifted the logo. She lifted the kind of what she wanted to sell and this, that, and everything. She lifted the business plan. Nothing was original, and that's why nothing worked. But she did that in response to being kind of shut down and limited with As Ever. But now we're seeing the act of a desperate woman because she's got nothing else. Now that American Riviera Orchard has failed, all she's got left is this As Ever that was on the back burner but wasn't good enough because she can't sell clothes. But she's had to pull that out and act like, this is just the biggest thing. And within hours we had a town in Spain, a photographer, a small clothing company, all furious with Meghan Markle because she has infringed on their right to make a living. But because they're small, she doesn't care about them. Because they can't afford to fight her in court, she doesn't care about them. But she already knows, even before we did, that she can't sell clothing. Who knows now what clothing? Aprons, oven mitts, tea towels, maybe. But she can't sell anything under an As Ever label. So she'll just be schlepping other people's products. She was, is, and always ever will be the suitcase girl. It's just a matter of what she, is it full of money or is it full of cheap products that she's just schlepping? Same thing. That's all she knows how to do. But, thanks to the Daily Mail Online for the scoop. Now we know what's going on. Now it's gonna make it even more amusing to see her try to stumble through this bloody mess that she's just created again. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hit that notification bell. Share this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everybody.